You're nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Screenplay for Philomena. Congratulations. The film's been widely well received. I saw it yesterday, very powerful. But of course, you do have some critics. The New York Post's Kyle Smith, perhaps chief among them. I want to read part of what he said and get you to respond. He said, quote, "The film doesn't mention that in 1952 Ireland, both mother and child's life would have been utterly ruined by an out-of-wedlock birth, and that the nuns are actually giving both a chance at a fresh start that both indeed in real life enjoyed. No, this is a diabolical Catholics film straight up." What's your reaction to that kind of criticism?
I think if the New York Post had given me a good critique, I'd be more worried. I think Kyle makes two mistakes. One is he quite rightly says that some of those homes provided somewhere for these destitute single mothers back in the 1950s and 60s. But the reason they were ostracized and the reason they were castigated by their families and their communities was because of the very church that he claims were there to look after them. So the church may have been part of the solution, but they were also part of the problem.
Because
he doesn't mention that.
Because of Catholic dogma saying that you shouldn't have out-of-wedlock sex.
Yeah, I would say because of distorted Catholic dogma, and distortion of the Catholic faith that led to those women's situation. And also, it's to say it's an attack on Catholicism. I think I think the problem with when you write for a tabloid is that you have to reduce arguments to a very polarized, reductive nature, where it's either this or that. And of course, the film isn't about that. The film's quite nuanced. And, at the end of the movie, Philomena Lee she dignifies her own faith. She forgives her, the perpetrators of this misdemeanor against her. She shows that her faith has dignity. And in fact, you could, if you were so inclined, interpret the movie as the blue-collar Philomena putting the smug liberal intellectual in his place. So I think he's selective in his interpretation.
There's a criticism on the other side as well, especially abroad, where Philomena has really raised a public discussion over what is, without question, a scandal over how adoptions were handled in Ireland in that era. Mannix Flynn, a Dublin city councillor, says the film lets the Irish government off the hook too much, and said the scandal is present day because there's been no accountability, no inquiry, no one paying their dues to what was done to these mothers and their babies. So on the other sside, how do you respond to that criticism?
Well, if you're getting it in the neck from both sides, then you must be doing something right. I think that's valid, but in a film you can only tell so much of the story, and you can't go into all the political details of it. And also, we were very mindful of the fact that we didn't want to. The film was about something that happened to Philomena herself, a personal experience she went through, and how individuals deal with things, actions that are perpetrated against them. What we didn't want to do is get into the whole sort of idea of finger wagging from the present day against misdeeds of the past. That's a very easy thing to do, and we really didn't want to do that. We sort of steer away from that. It's more about how really it's a discussion about faith. I mean, it's about how you can be secular and non-religious, and you can love and respect people who have religious views. It's about tolerance more than anything.